truth be told, I'm not too sure where this one is going to take me. I hope it's not long. Has the potential to be, but I hope it's not. And it's something I've wanted to talk about for a little while now. And it's about something that I've learned recently. And it's the importance of having, for lack of a better term, for having little things throughout your day that realign you and allow you to take wins and stay on track. Now, me, on a personal level, the thing that has helped me the most in this last, of what we're probably approaching a week now, of a little bit of, I don't know how I would put it, a little of like feeling like I've come off course a little bit in life. One of the things, obviously, along with the gym, that has really kept me on track, and every time I've done it has reset me, no matter how bad my sleep's been, no matter how much I've disrespected my sleep, no matter how much I've let my eating slack. Every morning now for the last 6 weeks, I think I'm approaching 2 months, I'll need to double check, I've had a freezing cold shower. I've put my shower on the cold, I've stepped in the shower, put it on the coldest it can be, and turn it on whilst I'm underneath it, and wash my hair. And it's been amazing. I must admit, it's been amazing. That first day was, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was brutal. It was horrible. I started hyperventilating, tried to get out of there ASAP. Second day, much easier. After the first week, I was relaxed. I was just having a shower. I'm just freezing cold. And in the last week or so, it's shown, like, I've really felt its power, because on the days where I've stayed in bed for too long and I haven't managed my dopamine correctly, maybe some days I've been prone to picking up my phone before even getting out of the bed, which for me is a cardinal sin. Like, you don't do that. You just do not do that. That is a surefire way to fuck up the rest of your day. On the days where I've done that, the only thing that's really brought me back to a state of equilibrium was the cold shower. And now, there may be some science behind it, to be fair. Andrew Huberman always talks about the dopamigenic reasons for cold therapy, and how you get a slow release in dopamine hit that lasts throughout your day when you engage in some sort of prolonged cold therapy. Now, my showers last anywhere between, I'd say, 1.5 to 3 minutes, depending on how relaxed I am on that day. And I would be very, very interested to see what my bloods would be saying on one of those days like today, which was a perfect example, where I let myself go in the morning. I broke some rules. I was ill-disciplined, and then I had to pay for it in the shower, because every single time I wake up and the first thing I do is get straight in the cold shower, when you feel groggy, when the last thing you want to do is feel cold, that is when the cold shower is the most liberating and most relaxing thing I've experienced. But when I roll over and stay in bed for a little while longer, stay cozy, get nice and warm, and to be quite frank, just be a little bitch, and worse yet, pick up my phone on occasion, that's when the cold shower is brutal. You are punished. Without hesitation, the universe just says, here you go. You wanna disrespect me? Like, I'll show you. But then taking that punishment, like I've already alluded to, for me has served as an amazing way to realign me and to reset me and to almost wash away my sins of this morning and put me on my way to attack my day. And it's led me to think of, and ask you, whoever you may be, to think of the things you have in your day that do that for you. And if you don't have something like that in your day that you could do, that you do every day, what could you add? It could be something as simple as reading a page of a book, or listening to 5 minutes of an audiobook first thing in the morning, or as soon as you wake up, go for a short 5-minute walk, or have a cold shower, or simply just wash your face with cold water. It could be anything that is just tough enough for you to be rewarded with its completion, but not so tough and not so brutal that you'll stop doing it and won't doing it and will give up on doing it. Because I myself have experienced that. I remember about a month or so ago now, when I started to get on top of my sleeping pattern a lot more, and I woke up and I was walking the dog to the beach, and where I'm situated, it's about a 20-minute walk to the beach. So all in all, we were walking to the beach 20 minutes, chilling at the beach half an hour for sunrise, and walking home 25 minutes. It was usually a longer walk home because we'd be slower due to being tired. And that didn't last long at all. That was me trying to do something that was just a little bit too strenuous for me, to the point where I stopped getting out of bed to do it. The cold shower, during periods, I did find myself cowering from it and staying in bed out of fear of it. However, through perseverance and sticking with it, I quickly realized that it was not to be feared, but it was to be adored, and in many ways put on a pedestal as like a saving grace, an angel on my shoulder kind of thing, that would save me from any ills that I may be feeling in that morning. Whether I felt stiff in the mind or in the body, I knew that the cold shower would fix it. And it's now the solution and not the thing to run from. So I encourage everybody. For some people, it's exercise, and I admire that. I personally have never had a good relationship with exercising first thing in the morning, but I know that there's a lot of people that I admire. Jocko Wilkins, if that's how you pronounce his name. I always butcher his surname. I know he goes on about it. I'm pretty sure David Goggins talks about the importance of exercising first thing in the morning. There's a lot of Alex Hormozy, if I'm not mistaken. There's quite a few people that I can think of, that even Andrew Huberman, that talk a lot about the importance, or for them, the importance of exercising first thing in the morning. And I would love to ask them, and to be fair, you could probably find their answer in a podcast, but I don't really consume that content that much. I'd love to ask them whether they feel like it's that thing that sets them on their way. It's that thing that, even if they made a mistake last night before going to bed, because the harsh reality is you start tomorrow today, even if they didn't set themselves up very well for today, that doing that one thing, I wonder if that brings them back to a state of equilibrium and allows them to attack their day from a place of certainty, knowing that, okay, we have arrived. It has begun, because this is complete. Yeah, it's food for thought. It's something to play with. Something I encourage everybody to play with. Find that one thing. I look forward to seeing how my cold therapy evolves. I know that as soon as I have the facilities to do so, I want to start plunging rather than showering. I want to add the plunge to my shower routine. I think that would be so cool. And due to Andrew Huberman stressing the importance of, whenever you do hot and cold therapy, preferably ending with cold so that your body has to reheat itself. I love the idea of plunging for 2 minutes in the morning and then getting into my cold shower to wash my hair and start my day. That, to me, sounds like a big task, a tough task. But it's definitely the next step in my cold therapy evolution. I can't sit here and claim to be some guy who's been doing this cold therapy thing for a long time. I've only done it every day now for about 6 weeks. However, I feel like I'm gaining momentum. I've had some tough periods with it. I've gone through the honeymoon phase. I've gone through a slightly tougher phase. I'm going through a tougher phase as we speak. And I have full confidence that I'll come out the other side into another phase of like relaxation and embrace to that thing that is difficult. And no matter what anybody says, you can sit here and question the importance or the benefits of what I'm doing with regards to training every day in particular. And cool, we can debate that till the cows come home. But if there's one thing that is not debatable, is that there are things that you can do throughout your day, every day, that will make your life much better. That's a fact. That's not debatable. If you've got the time to be disagreeing with me in my comments about that, then to be quite frank, like, you can do one. I don't respect you, so I couldn't care less for your comments, because as human beings, all we are in some ways, in some capacities, is an accumulation of our habits. So it's important to accumulate good habits, and habits that serve us rather than destroy us from the inside out. Anyway, I've gone on a tangent, and this has been a lot longer than I wanted it to be. So if you've made it this far, and you see where I'm coming from, you see where I'm getting at, and better yet, if I've inspired you to think about something that you might be able to do throughout your day, then thank you very, very, very much for being open-minded. And I shall see you tomorrow.